Hey, what's going on, everyone? Scott here. Don't let the name fool you. It really is me. I changed it. Originally, I was S&G Gaming for Scott and Gage, a young friend of mine, but he no longer makes videos with me, so I've changed my name to just myself. So, we're back in Fallout, and that is Kingsport Lighthouse. I know it doesn't look it, but it is. I really loved that I was able to add a bunch of trees to this settlement because I really wanted to transform it to look nothing like it did before. Now I do have like the Scrap That Settlement mod and all of the patches and things like that, and I have the extended borders for the settlements, but I can't get rid of that trailer, and that just irks the crap out of me that I can't get rid of it, because I would love to get rid of it, but I decided to use it. And you can see there I put a turret on the front of it to help protect the entrance going into the new Kingsport Lighthouse settlement, because there are some enemies that spawn right down there on that beach, all different kinds. Matter of fact, right before this video I had some raiders attack, as you can see here, from the dead raider sitting on the other side of the trailer there. That's about as far as they made it. So now we'll head on in here to the new and improved Kingsport Lighthouse, and you'll kind of notice, apart from all of the new trees, that main house isn't there. I got rid of it and wanted to do something different. So when you come up, you're greeted by the guard post here. Now this is from Thematic and Practical, which I absolutely love their guard posts. And then we'll come over here to my little trade shop here. This is all from Thematic and Practical, which I love that mod. I really do. You know, so much. It gives you new walls to play with, new floors, roofs, new stores. You can see there the counter is actually the store that you assign a settler to. And you can see the signs there. That's from Grufford's Signs and Posters. Because I do have the Vault Tech rep. He's in Sanctuary, and I've got him assigned to a trade shop there as a level 4 merchant. And I like to do the whole franchise thing, So this is my franchised Vault Tech guy shop. Then you can get a look here at the trailer park that I built here at Kingsport Lighthouse. I had such a good time with this video, with this build. It came out so much better than I thought. You can see up there the structure I made at the top of the lighthouse, which is, I wanted to build it like Brooks Head Lighthouse in Far Harbor. You remember, if you played Far Harbor, they send you down there to kill a bunch of trappers. And they've got that little apartment built up around the top of the lighthouse, and I really liked it. And I wanted to build something similar to that here. But then the rest of it around here, I wanted to do something completely different than I've done before, and different than what's already here, because everybody usually always tries to repair that old house that's here, and I just flat out got rid of it. I didn't want it here. I didn't want to repair it again. Or anything. So I completely got rid of it. Now some of these trailers are vanilla, some of them are from Unlock Settlement Objects mod, some of them are from the vanilla Settlement Objects expansion pack. The mailbox is from Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture, and you can see it says Nora on it, which is cool because I just downloaded a new mod that adds Nora as a companion. And you can see there's Nora right there. And it's actually a pretty cool mod if you wanted to add another companion to the game. It adds the Soul Survivor's dead wife to the game. It's really cool, really well done. She's a fully voiced companion. I'm really liking it so far. But for the purposes of this video, this is her home, and I've got her assigned to the bed in this home right here. And you see here I've got some Crimson Riders Unique Furniture placed out front. The map is cool. Settlers come over and they lean on the table like they're examining the map and things like that. Really kind of gives a lot of life to your settlement. Now, in most of the trailers, I didn't decorate a whole lot because I built quite a bit in this settlement. And even though I do have the no build limit mod, you still can overbuild and you start crashing your game. So to make up for that, I kind of dial back the decorating on the inside of structures to help make up for everything that I built outside of it. But it's still a pretty nice little home. And then the vanilla settlement objects expansion pack has added different trailers to these vanilla metal ones that you've seen around in different places. The only problem with them, though, is they don't have any wheels on them. They're just got a flat bottom. But there's a lot of different ways you can get around that. Like this one here, I built up on a wooden platform, built a porch for it and everything. I really like the way this came out. And then, you know, you go inside and I've got some of the thematic and practical bunk beds in there, a dresser. You know, I didn't go overboard with the decorating on the inside because basically it's just where they sleep. You know, a few of them I kind of did a little bit more in, but most of them I didn't. And they do come with doors. I know the door isn't the same texture as the trailer, but it's cool to see the door animation on these trailers here. But I just really like the way this settlement came out. And adding the trees, I think, I really like that I was able to do that. I think it gives it a much, I just like the way it looks more, you know, adding all the shadows and things like that to this settlement up here, because it's not a very big settlement at all. You don't have a lot of build area. And good look at my guard post there. I kind of deck them out in different things. That one I've got in a railroad coat. Better than having everybody decked out in a, you know, in Minutemen outfits. Now the workbench there, that's actually from the Busy Settlers mod. It works as a scavenging station. So you assign someone to it, and they have the animation like they're working on weapons. But it's a scavenging station, so you get them walking around like a scavenger also. And, you know, I mean, they add a few little things, you know, resources to your workbench, but not a lot. So it's mainly for the animation that I did that. And and I think it's the vanilla objects expansion pack that's added all kinds of new posters, and that picture's from Cabin in the Woods and things like that, just to give me a lot more to decorate with. Now you see there on top of the dresser, the vanilla objects expansion pack added these full-size power armor statues. And I placed one, and then using the Place Anywhere mod, I shrunk it down to make it look like a little statue that you could put inside your house. So I shrunk it down and put it on the dresser. I really thought that looked cool. And you can't interact with it anyway. You can't get in it and whatever. And then, of course, I got the Tonight You Sleep on the Couch mod and stuff to help out. And then these trailers come with doors also, which I love that. Then we'll move on to the next trailer here. And then you can see here underneath it there, I was able to raise that trailer up off the ground, and then using the Place Anywhere mod, place some cinder blocks underneath it, like the trailer is sitting on cinder blocks like you would normally see in a trailer park. I just like the way that came out. I think it's really cool. And, you know, some thematic and practical beds and shelves in here, and, you know, this one I decorated in here a little bit. But not too overboard, you know, because you still can build too much and then you start crashing your game. So next we'll come out. You can see the door there. I think that's cool. Then in every trailer park, if you've ever been in one, there's always someone there that's got the super nice, untouched trailer. And this is that one. You see I put some lattice skirting around it and added some hedges and things like that. And Uh, but there's basically just a few pictures on the wall and some beds in here. And then this one, the blue ones even have doors too. Now that picture, that's from a mod called Sci-Fi Posters. It's actually a really big picture, and I used the Place Anywhere mod to shrink that down also to make it fit here on the trailer wall. And even these blue ones have doors too. I like that a lot. We'll go up in the lighthouse here in a little bit. I'll show you the rest of what I got going on. As you see, I got some garden gnomes and flowers and a few vending machines laying around. And because they're all in trailers, they need outhouses. And then we'll come over to this trailer, and I don't know why, but for some reason this trailer here has become like a gathering place for some of my settlers. I'm not exactly sure why, but you see here I built the porch around it and railings all the way around it, and turned the radio off, and gave them a little barbecue place and place to sit and relax out here on the porch. And I decorated a little bit more in here, adding kind of a living room area. Then I got Piper here, and that's actually from a mod called Loving Piper. I think it makes Piper look a little bit better. I'm not exactly sure why most of my settlers hang out in this trailer, but they do. And you can see there I got the base for this trailer that goes all the way around it. And then the Vanilla Objects expansion pack have added these prefab tree houses, and I really thought it was cool, and it does. I thought it would go with my trailer park here, especially adding all of the trees around. Why not have a tree house? You can see Nora there walking around, and it's really actually cool. I did add the railings because it doesn't come with the railings, so I added that to the little landings here. And there's not a whole lot of room up in this one. They've got two different ones, tree houses. One that you can build a full-fledged house on, and then this one. But there is enough room for a couple of bunk beds and a few chairs and things like that. And I love these bunk beds from Thematic and Practical. They really do work. As far as like the vanilla bunk beds where only the bottom one gets used, you can't assign two people to it, where that one is actually two beds instead of one. Then we got the booze still, because I like having that around. I like the animations that the settlers use on it, and it actually does add a little bit of booze every now and then to your workshop. And then I got him decked out in the utility coveralls, and then using the unified clothing mod, I was able to turn it black just to make it look a little different, because that's basically the outfit Sturgis walks around in. And I like making it look a little bit different. And the chemistry station is another one from Busy Settlers. That's actually a scavenging station. And then, just a basic little sleeping area in here. Added a few chairs, a couple of couch beds, and a bunk bed to save space, and adds a lot of beds in a small area. And we got a little campfire area here for everybody to hang around at. That campfire is actually two pieces. The vanilla campfire, and then a campfire from the Cabin in the Woods mod that gives the larger flame effect. And I just thought it looked a lot better than the vanilla campfire. A little more inviting to sit around. And then the Cabin in the Woods, it adds these stacked up wood pieces, that they would use for that. And then another Busy Settlers workbench here. But I'm really happy with the way this trailer park came out. I like it a lot. Especially adding all of the trees. I think it really adds to the settlement. I I had such a great time with this. This turned out much better than I ever thought when I started. And I've added another little outhouse back over here on this side. So next we're going to go down and check out the dock area, the wharf, my fishing area. This is where all of the food and water for this settlement comes from, because I don't have crops anywhere. Now that boat right over there, it's not the vanilla boat that was here. That's from the Better Stores mod. That actually adds 20 food to your settlement, and you can assign a settler to it. If you look over there, we'll go over there and take a look at it in a minute, but you can see the settler interacting with the boat like he's repairing it or painting it or whatever. But that adds 20 food. And then come over here on this side. And then this is from the J2M workshop mod. And it adds this fish farm. Now the square dock part isn't the fish farm. It's the nets that are connected to it. And they add 10 food apiece. And then you can see, I kind of showed this at Finch Farm, but it was outside the build area and the settlers wouldn't go over there. But the settlers do interact with it. It does come with animation for it. And I built it right off the edge of the pier here, and you can see it, you know, they make it look like they made it out of barrels, which are plentiful in the Commonwealth. So I mean, I just really think it looks great. This railing, this is from Crimson Rider's Unique Furniture. It adds this one railing, and settlers, they'll come over and lean on it. But then you walk out here on it, and you can see the settler out there in the water. He'll stand out there, and then he'll come up here and stand on the dock. And if you look in the water, you can see fish swimming around inside it. And you can see the animation of the settler there feeding the fish. And if you look in the water, you might be able to catch the fish in there. But I really like the look of this little fishing dock here, fish farm. And we'll head over underneath. We'll get up on the pier here in just a minute, and I'll show you what I did there. But there was a rowboat down here, and it was all right, but downloaded the Port Royal mod, and it added these little rowboat sailboats, and I really liked the way they looked a little bit better. So I got rid of the rowboat, and then I put that there, and like it's, you know, tied up to the dock like they actually use this little boat here. I like that a lot. Now we'll check out the fishing boat. This is from the Better Stores mod, and it does add 20 food. Now the plank there to get from the dock to the boat, that was there originally. That's from the vanilla game, and I used the Place Anywhere mod to move the fishing boat and raise it up to the plank to make it look like that's the one that was built there. And I've added some fishing decorations and things out of it onto the boat. Then I made a little bedroom out of the cabin of the boat for my settler here. You can see him interacting with the boat because I've got him assigned to it. And I've got my the two settlers I have on my fish farm, and the guy on here, I've got them decked out in the Far Harbor Fisherman's outfit. And just a little bedroom with the J2M, that's from the J2M mod, the military cot that hangs on the wall. I really thought that worked out a lot better than having a vanilla bed in here. And I love how the animations of them working on the boat really work on this. It's really, really cool. Now this little shack over here, this is from the Port Royal mod, and it's a prefab with the plank that's coming off of the dock that I'm standing on. That whole plank going over there is part of the prefab, and then Port Royal adds a whole bunch of new decorations like the hanging net The lobster floats are the vanilla ones from Far Harbor and things like that. And then that's my water. That's from the vanilla settlement objects expansion pack. That adds all of my water, and it's quiet, unlike the vanilla ones. So I use the Place Anywhere mod to place that right out there, right up, to walk out off of the dock to it. And it matches the pier up there. I just really like the way this came out a lot. And a lot of this in here is from Thematic and Practical, the furniture, the couches and the chairs and things like that. And that's Crimson Rider's unique furniture right there, the flat screen TV. And the picture there is from a mod called Gun Posters. I really love that mod because it adds all kinds of new paintings and pictures and things like that to decorate with. And a simple little bedroom over here. Kind of cool how this shack is really that colorful on the inside. Then I've added just a little fishing dock off the back end of this shack. They can come out here and fish. There's no fish farm off of this. But it's cool to come out here because you got a great view. You can see the Predwin way over there. Croup Manor is like right over there. Then another cool part, if you haven't explored out here very, very much, there's a little shack directly across from there on those rocks. There's nothing there, just a few pieces of junk, but it's still cool to swim over there and take a look at. Now we're going to go up and I'll show you the pier, which I've repaired. You remember if you come here in the vanilla game, the pier is broken down. Once you get past the building, it starts working its way down towards the water. And I've repaired all of that. And I had a comment on another video suggesting that like a fish market. Kind of like that big one, I can't remember the name of it, up in like Seattle, I think, where they throw the fish at you and things like that. It'd be cool to really build something like that, but there's really nothing that can resemble that. But I tried to come up with something that I thought would be cool for a fish market, even though that's my restaurant, my store right there from Thematic and Practical, but it's also the fish market, so traders and whatever can come in here and pick out whatever fish they want. I use the Place Anywhere mod to place all of these fish buckets and oyster buckets on these tables to give it a more of a fish market type feel. And then the shelves and then those hanging fish, that's from the Port Royal mod. And then using the Place Anywhere mod, I was able to place the hanging fish and things like that around to give it a lot more of a fish market type feel to it, even though this is a restaurant here. This is from Thematic and Practical. You can see it comes with a little grill that's made into the counter, and the counter itself is the store. So you assign the settler to the counter, and it's your restaurant, just like the normal vanilla restaurant. It's really cool. Now we're going to head out back and I'll show you the end of the pier here. And you can see here I repaired it. It no longer sinks down like it's been destroyed. This has been repaired. And I have placed new supports underneath it. I'll jump over the railing here. And you can see there at the end of the pier it's got new supports. Like that's what's holding it up now that it's been repaired. Then I wanted to make a little, another little fishing dock here at the end of the pier, and I've added a few of the Crimson Rider's unique furniture, like the fish scale, pardon me, and the fish gutting station. And you don't assign anyone to it. When settlers are relaxing, they'll walk by it and they'll start using the equipment, and somebody will stand here and it'll look like they're gutting fish or weighing out fish and things like that for the fish market. I've added another busy settler station here just to get a little more activity down here. And then added plenty of decorations, you know, like, you know, because the main food source for this settlement is the fish. And you've got a really, really great view off the end of the pier here. And you see that rock outcropping right there I mentioned a little bit ago. There is a little shack on it. There's just a dead body in there. There's nothing else there. But it's worth a swim over there to take a look at. You know, it's just cool. There are a few little pieces of junk, not very much. But it's just cool to go over and look at. Then you got a good view of the my little player home there at the top of the lighthouse. We'll go up there and check that out here in just a little bit, but then you can see there the good view of the structure I built on top of the lighthouse. We'll head on up there and take a look at that. Another look at my fish farm down here. Really, really happy with the way this came out. It really came out better than I could have hoped. Quickly becoming one of my favorite builds. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. I appreciate that so much. And if you have a comment or a question about anything, leave a comment. I'm always happy to read comments, answer questions or anything. You can see there the Nora walking around. I built a little communications place here out of the inside of this because, you know, you're the general of the Minutemen. You got to keep in touch with the Minutemen, and I kind of wanted the top structure to be kind of my own little player home. And the Nora mod, she comes with the Pit Boy, and she comes in a vault suit. And she's fully voiced, so it's really cool. You know, you can change your clothes out of the vault suit, but she does keep the Pit Boy. I did add a little power armor workstation up here at the top. We'll kind of talk to Nora. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about a little bit. About how she you know, she says, like, when you talk to her, you say, "Hey, hun," and she calls you honey and things like that. It's really cool. And when you get to the end of the game and go to the Institute, she can go with you. So both of you can find Sean together. It's actually kind of a cool mod. You might want to check that out. It's called Nora Companion WIP, I believe. But I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this video. It's just another quick look to the inside of my little player home up here. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.